there, Star Wars fans, and welcome back to another Rebelscum interview. I'm here with the legendary Kevin Leill.
Lyle.
My bad.
And we're both honorary members of the 501st, if I'm not mistaken.
As far as I'm aware. And you probably have seen him at many other conventions, many other shows, interviewing other guests.
Yeah, I do a lot of interviews. Interviews is fun, isn't it?
What do you think of all that? Because I've never actually interviewed another interviewer before. I usually interview other guests, and I mean, it's a totally different mindset, you know.
I guess the most important thing is to keep the interview moving, keep it going on. But I try to make it. This interview is different because you and I are just sitting here talking about stuff here at MegaCon. But usually when I interview like a big celebrity, which I am not, but when I talk to one like Ewan McGregor or Ian McDermott, no one wants to hear me talk.
Right.
So my questions are quick and short, and I let him do it. And I try not to bring attention to myself. Now, every once in a while, I might come up with something funny because I'm hilarious, but I usually let them do most of the talking. It should be like 95% them.
So how long have you been interviewing Star Wars celebrities?
My first celebrity interview was Anthony Force at New York Comic Con, which is like, that's starting right at this 150,000 person convention. I don't know how I got that, other than Mary Franklin got me the gig, and that was really nice of her. And then I would do one or two a year, and then a little bit bigger, and then I started doing more, like David Prowse, getting him, and then of course I got Ian McDermott at ICCC, and the next one will be in May, by the way, if anybody cares, Memorial Day weekend. That's a great convention. And then
ICC is a big, awesome Star Wars.
And then doing a big show like ICCC that brought attention to it, and the owners of a show called Superhero Car Show and Comic Con down in San Antonio asked me if I'd come and do Ewan McGregor and Giancarlo Esposito. And then, and Haley Atwell was there too, and Simu Liu, and it was a great show. And so I totally forgot what your question was.
No, that was it. It was who was your first, and then it led into other stuff. So no, you did it perfectly.
I have a running list. I actually have a running list of Star Wars people I've interviewed, and Ewan McGregor, my most recent, was 80. It was number 80.
That's a big list. That's pretty impressive.
Yeah, I'm sure you've done
not
your
that
share.
Many. I've done quite a bit, but I haven't done that many yet.
Okay.
That many. We're gonna get there eventually. I mean, there's a lot of Star Wars celebrities, and Rebelscum.com is a big place with lots of Star Wars fans, and there's lots of conventions to go to with lots of Star Wars fans and lots of Star Wars guests to talk to.
So let me turn the interview on you. How old is Rebelscum?
So
I've known a Rebelscum for at least 15 years.
Rebelscum has been around since '97.
Okay, so it's been around 25 years.
Yeah, it's been around for a long time.
It was 10 years old when I heard about it. All right.
Yep, Rebelscum.com is the largest and oldest running Star Wars fan website not owned by Disney to this day.
Okay.
Yep.
So just StarWars.com would be older, is what you're saying?
Yeah,
probably.
Maybe.
Yeah, that was the first website I ever went to.
But that's the official one. So
right.
We're the first fan one.
Okay.
First big fan one. So.
And none of you guys are going to Celebration next week?
No, we will have people at Celebration. Josh and I personally won't be there. I know you will. I know you lucky duck.
I haven't missed a Celebration since Japan.
We're trying not to miss anymore, but we just couldn't make the travel on this one. That was the biggest.
I haven't missed the US one since 3.
I didn't. My first one was 4. I was kind of late in the game. I was in the Army, and then I was in grad school, and just never got around to doing it. And then I decided to go 4, and I've been to every one since 4, with the exception of Japan. And it's a blast.
Now I already know the answer for myself, but
I'm a Leo.
Oh, I don't know that. I don't know. But what is your favorite thing about interviewing a Star Wars celebrity?
Oh, I think the best thing is when I ask questions, because you almost always have to ask questions you already know the answer to. When did you become an actor? What's your favorite this? It's when you find things you didn't know. I'll give an example. Ian McDermott, I asked him what his favorite movie was. And he said probably Return of the Jedi. I'm like, no, your favorite movie. Not our, and I pointed out the audience, not our favorite movie. What's your favorite movie? And he said Bonnie and Clyde.
Really?
And I think that kind of, I was like thinking about it, like that kind of says something about like what kind of movies he likes, what kind of art he likes. So that's generally a question I like to ask. What's your favorite movie? What's your version of Star Wars? What's that thing that you guys love and like?
Oh, there you go. Well, Kevin, how long have you been doing art stuff like this for Star Wars fans?
My first convention I appeared at was in 2007. I think we were talking earlier about how I went to Celebration 4.
Correct.
And the first time I walked in there, I saw a room full of Star Wars art, and I was like, I'm in the wrong business. And I ended up, the first convention, about 6 months later, I had a couple prints on a table and started doing more and more. Started doing shirts and patches, and then how do I say that? Basically, a headhunter reached out to me in 2012, right after the acquisition, knowing that new Star Wars stuff was coming out. They said there was a design company in Connecticut that wanted to hire me and be their Star Wars design officer, basically. Help them get the Star Wars license and so forth, which I did do, and I've since moved on from that company. But so that was 12 years ago. No, 11 years ago.
11.
So I've been doing Star Wars art professionally as a full-time job for 11 years. I cannot believe I'm that old, but yeah, that's the case.
So what is your favorite thing to put Star Wars art on? Is it prints? Is it shirts? Is it patches, coins, medals? What is your favorite way to convey your artistic vision to the Star Wars fans?
I would give two answers to that. My favorite thing still is painting. I like painting Star Wars. I like doing that. This just, for me, at my level of painting, probably it's not good enough to make buttloads of money. So I would have to say patches. There's something about the finite logo design work that I do. It just seems that sparks a lot of stuff. And basically, probably 50% of my business is patches. But my number one seller is the Alec Guinness pint glass. That's an unbelievable thing. It sells a couple hundred a week. I don't know. It itself is 10 years old, and that's pretty popular. But I like patches because they're versatile. And I think you were showing the board a little bit. I mean, there's 80 right here, and they're just fun to make, and I always try to make them different and unique, and it's a good way to express yourself. And I'm glad I live in a time where I can be a Star Wars artist. I don't know what I would have done if I was born in the 20s. I'd probably be a cop or something, which is a good job, but I don't know. A lot of cops in my family. That's why I say.
Oh, okay. Come from a long line. Nice. Yeah. Well, Kevin, thank you so much for your time. This has been really wonderful. What have you thought of MegaCon so far?
Oh, MegaCon's a great show. The Fan Expo community is a great con. I've always come to these shows. I've always had a good, successful time, and loadouts coming in a couple minutes, and that's always a hectic thing. But you do what you can. But no, it's a good show. MegaCon's good. And having it down in Disney, I stay at Disney property. I stay at the Shades of Green the whole weekend, and it's just great. And who doesn't like Disney?
You gonna stop by Galaxy's Edge while you're here?
No. The reason I can't, every time I've done this show, funny you asked that. Every time I've done this show, since Galaxy's Edge has been open, we take the day off on the Monday and go to Galaxy's Edge and fly out either Monday night or Tuesday morning. But because Celebration is next week, I have to drive home right after this.
And then get ready to fly all the way over to London.
I have to go from here and get to South Carolina tonight somehow, so I can wake up and be home tomorrow night by Monday night. And then I'm flying out Wednesday morning.
Well, Kevin, have a safe trip.
Thank you.
And thank you so much for everything you've done for the Star Wars community and Star Wars fans around the world. Look forward to seeing more awesome celebrity interviews from you. And I look forward to hanging out with you at future celebrations after the one in London. Because like I said, I'm not going to make the one in London, unfortunately.
And who knows when they're going to announce the next one, right?
And who knows? Maybe at the next one.
I think it's going to be next week. But
maybe.
No.
Maybe. Supposedly we're not getting one in 24.
You're getting a text from me on Sunday night.
I told you.
So it'll be noon Sunday because it'll be 5 o'clock in London when they announce it. So I can sit there and go, you're wrong. But maybe you're right.
But maybe. We'll find out. Anyway, Kevin, thank you so much. It has been an absolute pleasure getting to hang out with you. And we'll see you guys later. We'll see you another time. May the Force be with all of you. You Rebel Scum.